Kareem Hunt checks in for the first time. He's not going to get many reps today. Driscoll lofts it to the near side of the field, and it's intercepted by the Bengals. Jordan Battle kept his feet in bounds.
Making the catch, getting the toes in.
They hand it off to Mixon, and Mixon explodes inside Browns territory. But he's down inside the 40 before D'Anthony Bell takes him down. Either the best defense in the National Football League on third down. Browning to throw, middle of the field, overthrows Boyd. It's tipped around and intercepted. D'Anthony Bell tipped it around and came up with it.
It gives you a little more confidence.
Third down and 9. Driscoll, pressure's coming. Driscoll's wrapped up. Driscoll's going down. Trey Hendrickson was the first one there. Yeah, you could see it on the sidelines, his body language, how upset he was. After a gain of 2, they run it again, this time to Brown up the middle, and Brown has stood up and wiped away. Matthew Adams was the first one in there for the Browns. Been a great influence for Jake Browning and this offense while he's been out. On third down and 10, Browning looking middle of the field. Pass is complete. Charlie Jones. Cameron Mitchell eventually made the tackle. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Hey, you.
With the play clock at 3, they go to Mixon, and Mixon speeds into the secondary, and Mixon lowered his shoulder down to the 10. Ronnie Hickman makes the tackle. On first and goal, Mixon gets the toss. Mixon glides into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Career rushing touchdown number 49 for Joe Mixon.
Today's going to be a frustrating day for Jim Schwartz because their defense has played so well all year, and resting all those starters. And
did as an eligible receiver for the Browns, left side of the offensive line. Pierre Strong will take it, try to run with it. Nothing's there. Stopped in the backfield. Mike Hilton made the tackle. Up 7-0. Got a bunch formation on the right side of the offensive line. Mixon explodes. Mixon could go. He's got one man to beat. Slides through him. He's still on his feet and down at the 22-yard line.
Ringo.
As they go through the Beatles, Browning looking to throw. Mixon's got it. Mixon breaks a tackle. He's in the end zone. A little stroll in the park for Joe Mixon. It's his second score of the day.
You can see the strength that he has when he just kind of shakes him right there at the 2-yard line. Then he looks back going,
Okay, ready, go.
Crochet in the backfield. Driscoll's going down. Sam Hubbard, the other end of that defensive line. It's third down and 10. Kareem Hunt in the backfield for the Browns. Driscoll looking to throw near side, and it's broken up. I think Crochet knocked it away.
the arms of that defensive guy rushing at him.
Well, you just saw Joe Flacco. There's no doubt that he has that kind of arm strength as well. Here's Chase Brown, and Brown's got a first down. He's inside Cleveland territory to the 47. Tony Fields wraps him up.
Tom, you talked about how important it was to get Trevor Lawrence back. A throw like that is exactly why.
That was a beautiful pass play. Mixon pinballs, and Mixon is down close to the 10-yard line. He may get to number 2 all-time in rushing the way he's playing today. Tyler Boyd come in motion off the play fake to Mixon. Browning, wide open, touchdown Bengals. Oh, wait, did he hang on?
Yeah, he had it on his feet. He started to make the dance moves.
He was. Yosivash with his third touchdown. Yeah, and Hickman jarred it loose. If Jacksonville wins the AFC South. Jerome Ford in for the first time for the Browns. Driscoll, near side, pass is complete. Tillman, he's already got a half a sack today. On third down, Driscoll. He's looking long for Crochet, and it's deflected out of bounds. Well, Ortez, we mentioned, a little nicked up. He lets this one go. Jones will let it go over his head. And it takes a Browns bounce up to the 3-yard line.
The AFC North will have all 4 teams with winning records. First time since the 30s that's happened.
I remember that.
On second down, Driscoll's hit. Ball is up. It's intercepted. Logan Wilson with the interception for the Bengals. The ball was tipped in the backfield, and Wilson's still on his feet. But he's finally taken out of bounds. High snap, handled, kick is on its way, and there is no such thing as an announcer's jinx. 19 for 19 inside 50.
Running, go!
Second down. Everybody's covered up. Driscoll trying to use his legs. Driscoll inside Bengals territory, gets down close to the 41, and a timeout called by Kevin Stefanski. Miles Murphy.
That you want from that position, and he's a guy that you look at college guys and say, that's the type of guy we want.
Browning in pressure. Browning pumps. Browning's hit, and he's wrapped up and taken down hard at the 9-yard line. Isaiah McGuire with the sack.
And you look at guys that you may not be on the same team with next year.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of moving parts. Here's Mixon. Mixon trying to get over 100 for the day. Bounces his way across the 25 to the 27. He's over 100. Let's go to New York for another update. In his rookie season, that's pretty impressive to see what he's been able to accomplish. Brown breaks a tackle. Brown taking a page out of Mixon's book. And he speeds into Cleveland territory. DeAnthony Bell makes the tackle. Ford is in the backfield. Browning's in trouble again. Browning going down. He almost lost the football. Alex Wright with his 5th sack of the year.
Great plays getting rid of the ball, but the guys have been in his face each and every time.
Third down at 18. Browning middle of the field. Oh, he's got a man. Trent Irwin went high in the air. Went through the hands of 3 different defenders. Play clock down to 2. Browning looking right the whole time. Hitches, throws to the middle. Pass is caught. Yosivash, his 2nd touchdown reception of the day.
Well, you're not going to see the route here, the ISO route, but he moves the linebacker to create the space to get it into his receiver. Just really good job, high level. And what's going on? They're not playing anybody.
Second down at 15. They hand it off to Strong, and Strong goes up the middle. And he moves the pile up across the 40, all the way to the 43-yard line. I think you and Jake Browning care about that one, among others. Second down. Pierre Strong has a first down. And Strong out of bounds with 7 seconds left to play here in the 3rd quarter. On second down, Driscoll looking to throw. He's in trouble. Driscoll is wrapped up, and he is going down. Jordan Battle. Let's go to New York for an update. 3rd down. Oh, A.J. McCarron just got smoked. Deron Harmon came in to make that tackle.
McMahon, who got hurt against the Packers that season, and they went on to play 4 more guys.
Driscoll's pass is complete to Tillman, and Tillman took a hit, and he is down on the ground, and they're waving over to the sideline.
That would have stopped the defensive back's feet, too.
On 4th down, Driscoll, he's going for it all. He's going for the end zone. Pass is caught. Touchdown, Browns. David Bell, his 2nd TD of the year. 31 yards for Driscoll.
Well, you got single high look. You know exactly where to go against single high outside. The safety's got to come all the way over, and that's been the struggle, really, of this defense all year. See Dax Hill trying to make a play. DJ Turner getting beat there as well. He's been really attacked the last 3 games. 10 catches, 237 yards, and 3 touchdowns over the last 3 games.
Driscoll underneath to Ford. And Ford breaks a tackle and gets inside the 30. He's got the first down.
Not only did he get a first down, he stayed in bounds.
He's their starting back.
Yeah.
Came in with over 800 yards and 4 touchdowns, and you saw what he did against the Jets.
Driscoll looking toward the sidelines. Pass is caught. Bell into the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. Well, playing to the ends. 24-yard touchdown pass.
Sliver in the zone defense. Safety can't go over there quickly enough. The corner's trailing.
The Bengals will go home. The Browns will go to the postseason. And they will play the AFC South champion next week behind Joe Flacco and the rest of this Cleveland Browns team. Flacco was in uniform today, did not play. Myles Garrett was inactive today. Kevin Stefanski